So firstly, we will first, for those that doesn't know much, we're going to be doing some few introduction into what Arbitrum BoLD is all about, and yeah, so let's just start. So basically, Arbitrum BoLD is a widely recognized, layer two Ethereum layer two solution in the market. So it's a notable recent development of Arbitrum BoLD, and it was developed by Option Labs. So this innovative update is designed to enhance network security through, interactive fraud proofs. So this new protocol marks a shift towards permissionless validation, whereas everyone can participate in securing the network, fostering a more democratic and resilient system. So the key advantage of this border, this permissionless validation, where it opens this validation process to all, promoting wider community participation in maintaining the network integrity. We have features like advanced or enhanced security, where it leverage on decades of expertise to create a robust system capable of defending various, attacks, ensuring transactions are quick and fair, verified within a 7 days maximum. So we have another advantage, which is called the pool challenge funding, enabling collective efforts to defend or challenge transaction. So these are mostly what the advantage and why we're using Arbitrum. So now let's dive deep into what we are going to be needing before running it. So you can use a yeah, you'll be using VPS, or you can use a VSP. You just need to log in into the VSP. You can use any virtual, private server to do this. And we are going to be installing some things in the virtual private server, like Git. And make sure the VPS you are using has at least 3 gig RAM, and is 4 CPU core for a stable operation. We'll be using packages for code management in the VPS, such as Git, JK. We'll be using Docker and Docker Compose. I have done installed already. That's why might not need some few other things that we're going to be doing. So we're going to be using an RPC connection, and I'm going to be using an RPC connection, to connect to the Ethereum self-only. We're going to be using, we need to have at least 150 software hits. I don't know, but that's a requirement for you to run this. So now let's get started. Firstly, we want to do is that we are going to use a command called sudo apt update, to update all existing packages. And let me do that right now. So you can see this is the command we're going to be using for the updating. And I'm going to run this command. So it's going to ask for password. So you put your password there, start updating. So it starts updating. Okay, as that is going on, you know, there's a lot of things that's going to be going on. So the next thing we're going to be doing is that we're going to be installing these tools that are essential for monitoring or managing the repositories. So let me come here to paste that in right here. All those commands will be found in the book, so don't worry, you would be able to see it. Okay, so let's move this in. Okay, so I think it's done running. So let's move into the next command. Okay, so you can see we have that installed already. We're moving on to the next one, and that is apps. So let's install that. Okay, so it's done installing. We're moving on to the next one. That is to, sudo apt install the docker.io, and we're pasting the command in. So write this command and run it. This is to install Docker. Okay, so it's faster than usual because I have them installed already. So sometimes it might take some time, and so don't worry about that. It's just because it's installing at first time. So then check if you have the Docker version. You can see it's giving me the Docker version that I have recent. So the next thing you're going to run is you're going to compose and this run this command. All this command is in the book, so you can follow through using the command there. So if you have this command, you can install it. Okay, so after the command is done running, you move to the next command, which is sudo. You know, this should you know run the Docker compose, and it's done. Sometimes you might need it might ask for your password, but because I put my password in the beginning, so that's why it's not asking for my password. So then that is done, you should be able to see the Docker Compose version, and let me run that now. Check for Docker Compose version. You can see. So when this is done, then you are ready to start working, with the RPC or in our Arbitrum node bold rather. So the next thing you're going to be doing is that you're going to be going to any of those, then either infra or alchemy, to register your application, get a particular get it get the link, because you need to have a link for that. And it's easy, just go through their documentation. You should be able to see how to run that. It's not really a hard thing to make sure you have about 150 soft hits in your account before you're able to run it, either through MetaMask or maybe Phantom, any of your preferable wallets. But you can use MetaMask, that's more preferable. So now that we have that, we're going to cd into this. So run this command. We're going to run this command. Okay, so run the command that there. So next thing for us to do now is we are going to sudo into the we're going to sudo into the arbenv.sh. So that's what we're going to be doing, and you can see. Okay, so we're going to be starting with up with some few commands now that we have installed most of the packages. So let me go through some of the packages we install. We need to have Docker installed, and to check that we have to go to check this command Docker version to see if there's a Docker version there. So we can see the Docker version, as usual. Then we're going to run, now that we have Docker version, then let's check if we have Docker Compose. Okay, so this is Docker Compose. Yes, and we can see that the two version are there. And if we do not have Docker, use this command to install Docker. Use this command to install Docker, and this will install Docker, but I have Docker already, so it's just install. So if you don't have the Docker Compose, just run this command, you know that should also get you started with Docker Compose. Okay, let me move to the next one. Okay, yes, and this command gets Docker Compose because I have it already. That's why it's not going to go. So just run this command for it, and let me clear this up. Okay, so now let's move deep into getting it. So, like I said in the previous time, that we need to have tokens. That's about 150 software tokens for us to run the bold validator, and we're going to see that by running this. So first, we need to seed into this folder, this current folder. So let me go back. That is okay. So yes. So now you're going to seed into this folder. Yes. Now that you've seeded into the folder, you're going to run this command, and so once you run this command, it's going to open a terminal, and that terminal will contain your okay. In that terminal, that's where you're going to be putting your URL and your honest private key. So you see something like this. Once you've run this command, yes, I'm not running because it's going to display my software and my honest is going to display. That's where you're going to put most of your tokens. So once you run this command, you're just going to put this inside. This is where you're going to put in, and at this honest part, you're going to be putting your own private key inside this, and your own special software endpoints. That if you use Alchemy, this is just a demo, so you're going to be putting your own value in this instead. That is after running that command. So once you have that, you can just exit the terminal. It's first save it by using Control O and then enter and then Control X. That will exit you out of it. So after doing that, you run this. Okay, so run this command. Okay. Okay, so that will also just load up the file that you have there. So now go back to this. Okay, let's move to the current directory again, the root directory. That's you're going to cd into this, and then firstly you're going to be cloning the GitHub bold validator startup kit, and then you're going to be cding into that folder. So I have it already. That is the reason why it's not going to work. So let me just cd into the folder, and okay. So is I'm talking about permission. So let me clear this up and cd into the folder. Okay, so you can see I have it here already. It's in my own directory. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to cd into the particular, yes. So once that's for those that have installed it, when we install it, just cd into that directory, and run this following command to pull the latest directories. So run this following command, and okay, started. So that is going. It's going to be installing all that we need to run our packages. Okay, so once all that is completed, you just run this next following command to seed into the board validator starter kit, and we're going to be minting it. Okay, okay, there's a few errors. Let's move this in. Okay, so let's try running this command. So we're gonna get an error, and that's to indicate we are not running Docker at the moment. So what you're gonna do is that you're gonna open up your Docker and run this command that should fix the issue that you're having. So now you can see it's starting to mint. So you only get this error when there's insufficient funds. So make sure you have enough money before running it. So once that's done, okay. So after successfully running it, you should be able to see a successful message, and then you can now start, you know, doing the next phase. Okay. So in the next phase, you're going to run this to create a new screen, called Arbitrum. So this screen is going to help in, run. So it's going to be running when your system is down or the server is like your system is off, so that your validator will still be running. So you need to create a separate screen. And what you're going to do is that you're going to run the command docker compose up, and that's going to do the composing. Docker compose 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 up. So you run this command. So when you run this command, it's going to start running. It's going to start running the Docker. That's all what you have done. It's going to be running the validator. And so, but mind you, we have already run it, and our bit has already been converted. It shows a successful message that it has been converted. So you need to see a successful message. As of now, that is like the message you get when you've successfully composed and have your Arbitrum running. So that's the message you should have. And then you use the Docker compose. It's a lot of long message. So that's just going to make all you've done to start working in the new screen that you just created. And the next thing you're going to do is you're going to monitor if it's working. So you're going to use this command. Right. So we have successfully run and deploy our code to the Arbitrum Smart Net, and then our post is running. So just make sure that you've created your own screen and you're running your Docker Compose. And then to see and monitor your screen, you just use the screen slash R and app. So you just see the list of screen that is running, and you can see that we have our screen, our Arbitrum screen running. So in the screen, you can see our what we are running, or we can continue for where we stop. That is the compose that we run, and it's going to be showing the list of our testnet, our bold validator testnet, which is working. So I hope you are able to also do this, and if you have any challenges, you can send us a message at Dapps of our app. Thank you so much for your time, and like we said, any question you can put it in our comment section. So like and follow our community to grow, and we'll be having more interesting topics like this. See you soon.